What's good, Steeler Nation? My name is Jack Sperry, and this is Steelers Talk. Today, we got some major Steelers injury news, followed by a preview of this Sunday night's matchup against the Dolphins. It's going to be great, and I'm going to be revealing a secret weapon that the Steelers have that can help them win this week, so stay tuned. But for right now, we are in a like battle this week with the Dolphins channel here at Chat Sports, Dolphins Today. And the host, Will Scott, he's been talking a lot of crap around the office. So I want you guys to go like this video right now and assert our dominance over the Dolphins fan base today. We are going to show them that Steeler Nation is the best NFL fan base in the world, and we're going to beat them this week in likes. So make sure to go like this video right now, right at the top of the show. Now, we are going to be going over the Steelers versus the Miami Dolphins here. We're going to be playing on Sunday Night Football this week. It's our first primetime game since we lost to Cleveland, so it'll be a lot of fun. We'll be having a post-game show after that one as well. But man, this matchup, it's going to be a lot of deep passing, lots of explosive plays. It's going to be an exciting game to watch. I can't wait to break it down with y'all. But before we get into anything, I want to give some shout-outs to some people that followed me on Twitter this week. Riz Frost, thank you so much, man. Kiker Tom, thanks for the follow. Chandler, thank you so much, man. Origami Seal, Beast Mode 0112, Daysong, I hope I said that right. Robert, thank you so much. And then Severo, thank you guys so much for the follow. If you guys want a shout out on the next episode of Steelers Talk, go follow me on Twitter right now. I'm going to be going through the Steelers All-22 film tonight. I'm going to be breaking down Kenny Pickett and Mitchell Trubisky on my Twitter. So if that's something that interests you, go follow me on Twitter at Jack_Sperry. I'm also going to be live tweeting during the Steelers game against the Dolphins this Sunday night. All right, let's go into some injuries here. Some big injury news, and it's a long list for the Steelers this week, guys. Kenny Pickett, he's probable with a head injury. This is huge news, guys. He's going to be most likely on the field against the Dolphins. Mike Tomlin has already confirmed that he's going to be the starter if he can play, and he's already fully practiced twice this week, so it's looking like he's going to be in. But we'll get into him later in the show. Minkah Fitzpatrick with that knee, he's probably going to be on the field to play against his former team. That's a great sign. Pat Freiermuth and Levi Wallace both coming back from concussions. They're both probable, which is fantastic. But then there's this longer list here of questionable players that we're not too sure of. Cam Sutton is questionable with a hammy. Ahkello Witherspoon is questionable with also a hammy. Our top two corners right there. Larry Ogunjobi, who really showed out last week, he's questionable with a knee. Mason Cole and James Daniels on the offensive line. They're dealing with some ankle and feet issues. They're both questionable. And then Miles Jack, our best linebacker, is also questionable with an ankle. So we're definitely going to want some of those guys back. But let's break down the quarterback situation right now. Kenny Pickett is likely to start this week. It's looking like he's going to clear concussion protocol. Now, don't come back to me if he doesn't play, because he still has to get through concussion protocol. But at the end of the day, it's looking like he's going to play, and I'm excited to see him play against this defense that likes to blitz a lot. I want to see how Pickett handles the pressure, and I'm excited. But if Pickett can't go, it will be Mitchell Trubisky, who played fantastic last week against the Bucs, and I'm not really worried either way. If it's Pickett or Trubisky, I think we're in good hands at the quarterback position, and I'm very excited to see what this Steelers offense can do with either guy under center. Now, how many passing touchdowns do you think that the Steelers will have against the Miami Dolphins this week? Let me know in the comments. This will be today's pinned comment. So whenever there's an ad break, it's a perfect time to go in the comments section and give me a number of how many passing touchdowns you think the Steelers will have this week against the Dolphins. Now, the Dolphins injury report. We've already gone over the Steelers. Let's go over the Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, he's probable with a shoulder. So he's been injured this week. He's technically questionable, but he is most likely going to be suiting up, which is not good for the Steelers. Teron Armstead, he's questionable with a toe. He's really questionable. Christian Watson, or Wilkins, is questionable with a hand. He's pretty darn good. Jerome Baker, their number one linebacker, is questionable with a hip. Raheem Mostert, pretty darn good back. He's questionable with a knee. And then Emmanuel Ogbah is questionable with a back. So that is the injury report. Now let's get into my keys of the game. I have 4 of them, and the number 1 is we need to unleash our secret weapon this week. And our secret weapon is, drumroll please, It's Brian Flores, the former head coach of the Miami Dolphins. And, I mean, he knows this team backwards, forwards, sideways. I mean, most of these players played for him. He had Tua as his quarterback. This is the same exact defensive system that they ran with Flores in Miami. It's one of his disciples that's running the defense. It's really blitz heavy. It's really cover one man heavy. And this guy knows the holes of not only the scheme, but the personnel. And you better believe Mike Tomlin is, bringing him into his office to have some chats this week to see, where are some of the areas that they can exploit on this roster and in this scheme? And I'm very excited to see Mike Tomlin and Matt Canada and Terrell Austin doing everything that they possibly can to exploit the weaknesses of this Dolphins roster. I think Brian Flores is going to make a major difference this week, but I want to hear from you guys. Will Flores make a difference in this game? Does it give the Steelers a big advantage? Type Y for yes if you agree with me. Type N if you don't really think it's that big of a deal. Number 2 on my list is throw the ball deep. Now, Miami's defense has not been great this year. I mean, yards per play, 5.9 yards per play. That's 27th in the league. Third down percentage isn't great, also 27th. Red zone is 28th, so you can score you can convert on third down, score touchdowns in the red zone. They're not turning the ball over, and they're not really getting a ton of sacks either. So when I look at these numbers, I'm saying, they're going to be blitzing. They're going to do a lot of man coverage. There's going to be a lot of opportunities deep. And I think Brian Flores is going to be in Mike Tomlin's ear and Matt Canada's ear and saying, we need to do crossing routes across the field to get guys open against cover zero blitz because we know that that's going to be coming. That's a Flores staple is cover zero, so that's coming. And I'm excited to see if these guys can get it done. If Kenny Pickett or Mitchell Trubisky can handle the heat and really throw the ball deep to some of our great receivers, like George Pickens, great deep ball receiver. Chase Claypool, same way. Deontay Johnson's going to be able to get open on third down. I'm very excited to see what the Steelers offense can do against this really, I think it's one of the most overrated defenses in football right now. Okay, guys, this is the part in the show where I ask you guys to please go subscribe to the channel here at Steelers Talk. Right now we're at about 18,000, a little bit over 18,000. We're trying to get to 19,000. And when we get there, I am going to get a Terry Bradshaw bald cap with the fringes on the sides and everything, and I'm going to wear it for an entire episode of Steelers Talk. All right, so we know that there's plenty of you guys out there watching this video that haven't subscribed yet, so make sure to go click that big red button and subscribe to Steelers Talk today. Number 3 on my keys to victory is limit the explosive plays on defense. So number 2 was create explosive plays. Number 3 is limit them. Tua Tagovailoa, the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins, is back this week off of a concussion. And when he's been in, this offense has been dynamic, man. I mean, the weapons that he has, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, I mean, those two are the guys that we need to stop, or that the Steelers need to stop this week. Now, I know the cornerback situation. We have a lot of injuries in the cornerback room. Akella Witherspoon might not play. Sutton might not play. Even James Pierre is injured. He might not play. So hopefully it'll be enough to hold Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. And if we can limit some of these explosive plays from Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle from Tua Tagovailoa, I think this team is going to have an excellent chance to win and upset the Dolphins. Now let's look at the safety play as well. Like the secondary, we have Fitzpatrick, Edmonds. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from both of these guys when they're on the field. We need to get Fitzpatrick back on the field, and it's looking like he will get on the field. And at the end of the day, this secondary, it needs to stop the big plays because the offense, that they're not converting on third down, they're not sustaining drives. So if we can limit the explosive plays and prevent them from scoring quickly, the offense will fizzle out and we'll be able to have a chance to win at the end of the day. Now, number 4, and my final key to victory in this one is don't beat yourselves, Pittsburgh. Don't do it. Don't turn the ball over. Don't commit penalties. Right now, the Steelers aren't great in this category, man. They have 9 turnovers, which is tied for 25th in the NFL. They've got 37 penalties at 20th, and then the penalty yards is 258, which is 13th in the league. So this isn't great. They're going to have to get a lot better in this if they want to make a late season push for the postseason, and they're going to have to do it if they want to win against the Dolphins on Sunday. All right, guys, don't They just can't let the defense off the hook. The defense is not good. They give up big plays down the field. They're terrible in the red zone. They don't really turn the ball over all that much, so we can't give them opportunities to get the ball back and use their dynamic weapons. We need to choke them out. We need to be able to score. When we get in the red zone, we need to convert on third down, and then we also need to make them pay when they send that patented cover zero blitz. All right, guys, go predict the score for Steelers versus Dolphins this week. It's going to be high-flying, explosive, lots of scoring, I think. It's going to be fun to watch. And in my opinion, I'm going to go with the Steelers to win this one in an upset, 28-24. I think Tua is going to maybe struggle a little bit out of the gate. I think Pickett will start. I think he will play well. I think he'll have 3 passing touchdowns in this one. Najee Harris will have 1 rushing touchdown. I don't think we're going to be turning the ball over. I think we're going to do a pretty darn good job against that Miami defense. And in the end, I'm going to take the Steelers to win 28-24 on Sunday night. Now, I want to give you guys one more reminder that we need to beat Dolphins today this week, guys. We need to beat them in the likes. So make sure, if you haven't already, right here at the end, like the video. And until next time, guys, my name is Jack Sperry. You were watching Steelers Talk. Until next time, peace.